Let's just get right into it. The world of work is going through an absolute earthquake right now, and it's all being powered by artificial intelligence. Every single day, you see headlines screaming about how AI is either going to save us all or, well, replace us all. Today, we're going to cut right through all that noise and figure out what's really happening to our jobs.
I mean, this is the big one, right? The question that's on everybody's mind. It's that little bit of anxiety you feel in the back of a meeting. Am I about to be automated out of a career? And look, it's a totally valid concern. Some reports suggest that millions of jobs could be disrupted. But is that the whole story? Honestly, it's not even close.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to take the planet's temperature on this whole AI anxiety thing. Then we'll get into the real numbers, and trust me, they might surprise you. We're going to talk about why you need to think about tasks instead of jobs. It's key. We'll even meet some of the brand new careers AI is creating. And most importantly, we're going to give you a concrete playbook, a strategy, to make sure you're not just surviving this revolution, but actually winning because of it.
Okay, let's start with the global mood. It turns out that how you feel about AI coming for your job really depends on where you happen to live. This isn't one single story. We're talking about a planet that is completely divided on this issue.
Now check this out, because this reveals a massive split. An Ipsos survey found that in China, a whopping 77% of people are optimistic. They believe AI is going to create new jobs. And you can kind of see why, right? They're going all in on tech and have this huge national AI strategy. But then you hop over to a manufacturing powerhouse like Germany, and whoa, only 29% feel the same way. It seems there's a much bigger fear there that AI will mess with their well-established traditional industries. So you've got a world that's basically torn between hope and fear, and it's all shaped by culture and a country's economy. All right, enough about feelings. Let's talk facts. What does the actual data say about the number of jobs? It's time to get past the scary headlines and dig into the real economic forecasts. Let's just start with a big positive number. According to the World Economic Forum, all this tech innovation is projected to create, get this, 170 million new jobs by 2030. That is a massive wave of new opportunities.
But, we have to be realistic here. Those same forces of change, they're also going to displace around 92 million existing jobs. This is the disruption part that we hear so much about. It is real, and it's a huge challenge for millions of people.
So, what happens when you put it all together? You take the 170 million new jobs, you subtract the 92 million that are displaced, and that leaves us with a net growth of 78 million jobs. Just let that sink in for a second. Despite all the fear and disruption, the data suggests that just like with every other tech revolution in history, this AI moment is ultimately going to be a net job creator. The pie is actually getting bigger, not smaller.
So, if jobs aren't just disappearing, what in the world is going on? Well, this brings us to probably the single most important idea in this whole conversation. It's not about entire jobs vanishing into thin air. It's about the automation of specific tasks that make up those jobs. And this quote from the McKinsey Global Institute says it all. Very few occupations will be automated in their entirety. Certain activities are more likely to be. Think about your own job. Whether you're an accountant, a marketer, a project manager, your entire role isn't going to be replaced by a single button press. No way. Instead, the most boring, repetitive parts of your day are going to get handed off to an AI.
Let's break that down. Look at what AI is great at, repetitive stuff, collecting and processing just insane amounts of data, routine analysis. Now look at the human column, critical thinking, leadership, collaboration, creativity. The stuff that makes us human. This is where we are irreplaceable. The future of work is a partnership. It's like having a co-pilot where AI handles the routine stuff, freeing us up to do the work that really matters.
So if AI is taking over all these routine tasks, what new doors is it opening? Well, this whole revolution isn't just changing old jobs, it's literally inventing new ones. Careers that were pure science fiction just a decade ago.
So let's meet some of your potential new colleagues.
Seriously, have you heard of these? An AI prompt engineer. That's basically a professional AI whisperer who knows exactly how to talk to these models to get the best results. Or what about an AI ethics officer? Their entire job is to make sure these incredibly powerful systems are being used fairly and without bias. Then there's an automation coach who helps entire teams figure out how to use these new tools. These aren't just fancy buzzwords. Companies are hiring for these roles as we speak. The job market is expanding in some really fascinating new directions.
Okay, this is it. This is where it all comes together for you. We've looked at the global trends, we've seen the new jobs popping up. Now the big question, how do you navigate all this change and come out on top? Let's build your personal action plan.
So the central challenge that you need to overcome is what experts call the skills gap. It's actually a really simple idea. The skills that companies are going to need in this new AI-powered world are changing way faster than what most of us were taught in school. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to close that gap for yourself.
And here is your 3-step mission. Step 1, analyze. You have to get brutally honest with yourself about your current skills. What does your future career path demand, and where are your personal gaps? Step 2, focus. Double down on what makes you human. We're talking about creativity, strategic thinking, complex problem solving, the skills AI just can't touch. And finally, step 3, learn. You have to commit to becoming a lifelong learner. The days of learning one skill and then coasting for 30 years, oh yeah, those are long gone. Continuous upskilling isn't a chore anymore. It's the new definition of job security. So let's end on this one final thought, and it's so important. The real threat isn't AI itself. It's not some robot coming to take your job. The real competition is the other person in your field who learns how to use AI as a tool to become 10 times more productive, 10 times more creative, and 10 times more valuable. So the question isn't whether AI is coming for your job. The real question is, are you ready to become the person who uses it to win?